Um, I have a manuscript. It hasn't been published. I have not submitted it to a publisher yet. It is about the 1997 murder of 7-year-old Sherrice Iverson by 18-year-old Jeremy Strohmeyer. Now, when I was looking for a project, I looked up murdered and missing children. Ethan Patz, Polly Klaas, Madeleine McCann, Jean-Benet Ramsey. All of them had several books, and both Madeleine McCann and Jean-Benet Ramsey had a veritable raft of books on them. Nothing on Sherrice Iverson. And in a way, her murder was the most important because it led to the laws being changed in 2 states. Both Nevada and California passed laws that made it legally mandatory for people to report it if they saw violent or sexual crimes committed against children. Okay, now, why was there so little attention to her, relatively little attention played to this case? Okay, I was reminded of something my supervisor at Crime Library said. We get more views of stories about murdered and missing children, and the most are if those are of white children. Sherrice Iverson was Black, and she was also poor. She was murdered by a youth who was white and affluent. I personally believe it was the combination of race and class bias that led to a relatively little attention paid. Had she been Black but wealthy, there would have been probably books written and a movie made. If she had been white and poor, she would have had at least one book and probably a movie. But she wasn't. Nobody, apparently, until I did, thought about writing a book about her. But I want to read from the ending of my manuscript. The blood of little Sherrice Iverson cried out to the community. The community responded with laws that say, at least regarding children, we are our brother's keepers. We are our sister's keepers. We have a responsibility to protect our weakest members. Her name has been written into these laws. Sherrice Iverson's life was cut hideously short, but she should never be forgotten. The author of this book hopes it is a modest contribution to keeping the memory of this murdered child alive and honored. Of course, it may not be able to do that, may never be published. I don't know. But I hope that it will do that.